Picture New York City, but with canals just like Amsterdam. Imagine the bustling streets of Manhattan, but instead of yellow cabs, you see boats gliding through the water. The iconic skyline reflected in the serene canals, creating a picturesque scene that blends the modern with the historic. Imagine windmills reaching high into the sky. These aren't just any windmills, but grand structures that stand tall among the skyscrapers, harnessing the wind to power the city. They add a unique charm and a touch of the old world to the modern metropolis. And everyone's speaking Dutch as they walk down the street. The street signs are in Dutch, and the cafes serve stroopwafels and bitterballen. The air is filled with the sound of bicycles and the chatter of people enjoying a leisurely pace of life. This could have actually happened. New York, originally known as New Amsterdam, was a thriving Dutch settlement in the 17th century. The Dutch influence was strong, and the city was a melting pot of cultures and ideas. What if the Netherlands had held on to New York? The city would have evolved with a distinct Dutch character, blending the architectural styles and cultural practices of the Netherlands with the vibrant energy of New York. Back in 1664, the English took New Amsterdam away from the Dutch and changed its name to New York. This marked a significant shift in the city's history, steering it towards becoming the global powerhouse it is today. But what if things had gone differently? Imagine a New York where Dutch traditions and innovations continued to shape the city's development. From the architecture to the cuisine, the influence of the Netherlands would be evident in every corner of the city. This alternate history paints a fascinating picture of what might have been. The Dutch traded New Amsterdam for Suriname in South America. Suriname had valuable things like sugar, but think about it. What if they had kept New York? Back then, New York was just a small city, but the Dutch saw how important it could become. They named it New Amsterdam for a reason. If the Dutch had stayed in charge, New York might look very different today. Imagine a city where the influence of Dutch culture is evident in every corner. Instead of the towering skyscrapers and bustling streets we know, we might see a cityscape filled with Dutch-style buildings, characterized by their unique gabled facades and intricate brickwork. Canals would flow through the city, just like in Amsterdam. These waterways would not only serve as a means of transportation but also add a picturesque charm to the urban landscape. The Dutch were famous for being accepting of others and for being good traders. Their open-mindedness and business acumen would have attracted a diverse population, making New Amsterdam a melting pot of cultures and ideas. New Amsterdam could have become a really important place for business and culture. The city might have been a hub for international trade, with bustling marketplaces and vibrant cultural festivals celebrating Dutch heritage. It could have been a city that felt much more European than the other cities in North America. The influence of Dutch architecture, art, and customs would be evident in the everyday life of its residents, creating a unique blend of European and American cultures. If the Dutch had kept New York, it would have changed the entire history of the United States. Imagine a world where New York remained New Amsterdam, a bustling hub of Dutch culture and influence. The very fabric of American society would be different, from the language we speak to the traditions we uphold. The American Revolution might have ended differently. The presence of a powerful Dutch colony could have altered alliances and strategies. Perhaps the British would have faced a different kind of resistance. Or maybe the Dutch would have joined forces with the revolutionaries, changing the course of history. New York was a very important port for ships. As New Amsterdam, it was a critical point for trade and commerce, connecting the old world with the new. The economic landscape of the entire continent could have shifted, with Dutch trade networks influencing the growth and development of other colonies. Would the United States even exist the way we know it today? The Founding Fathers might have had to navigate a very different political landscape. The ideals of liberty and democracy could have taken on new forms, influenced by Dutch governance and policies. Or would a Dutch New York have changed everything? The architecture, the culture, the very identity of the city would be different. Imagine walking through streets lined with Dutch-style buildings, hearing Dutch spoken as commonly as English. It really makes you think about how different things could have been. The ripples of such a change would extend far beyond New York, affecting the entire nation and perhaps even the world. History is a tapestry of countless possibilities, each thread leading to a different outcome.